In this video, I'm going to show you how to properly remove a protective style installation using large knotless box braids as an example. The tools that you'll need are a rat tail comb, a wide tooth comb, and some cheap conditioner or oil. So let's get started. We'll start by removing the beads. Take some fingernail clippers, clip that old rubber band, and from there pull the beads straight off. Next, we want to find where we can cut the braid strand so that we can begin unraveling. So what I like to do is rub my fingers up and down the braid strand to make the hair raggedy. And by doing this, it causes the natural hair to poke out of the braiding hair. From there, you should be able to see where her natural hair ends, and then I would cut about 1 inch or 2 underneath that point. But for the sake of this video, since her hair is so long, I'm just going to take my rat tail comb and I'm just going to start unraveling the braid strand. So once you get to the beginning part where the braid starts, you'll notice that there's some product buildup there. As you can see, what you don't want to do is to begin trying to separate that dry or trying to comb through it. Do not do that. Instead, what we're going to do is take some conditioner, just a cheap conditioner or oil. I suggest that we use a conditioner just because oil is a bit more expensive, and during the wash phase, it can be a little bit more difficult to wash out of the hair just because you may end up using a little bit too much oil. So let's take our conditioner and we're going to put it on top of the section where the hair has the buildup. And you want to start trying to work that in with your fingers. And you will feel that buildup is going to start to loosen up. And once you feel that it starts to loosen up, you're going to gently begin separating the hair strands so that you can free up as much of that buildup as possible before we begin combing. Now, the reason that we want to do this is because when your hair has been in a protective style as long as it has been, that product buildup can actually contribute to losing more than normal hair shed. So we want to prevent that. So by doing this, it's going to help to loosen up any of that buildup or dirt that's in the hair so that you can easily comb through the hair. And then once you comb through it, then you'll be able to wash it and comb it again without losing unnecessary strands. Just keep in mind that this process does take a little bit of patience. The longer the style has been up, the more challenging it could be to get product buildup out of the hair. But be patient and turn on some music or Netflix if you need to, and go to work one section at a time. The overall is going to be worth it if you stick with it. So now that we've separated the product buildup, we're going to take our wide tooth comb and we're going to begin combing the hair gently from the ends up to the root of the hair. And it's really important that you do not skip the first step that we did, because the overall goal is to grow healthy hair, to not lose unnecessary hair. So we don't want to skip steps. We don't want to rush this process because this is extremely important. Understand that the takedown process is just as important as the installation and the maintenance during the protective style. So notice that there wasn't much hair shed that came from this step. If you stick with it, you should have minimal hair shed during this step. So I'm just going to speed through this section here, but just to kind of give you an idea that we want to continue this on through each section, continue working that conditioner through that product buildup through each section, or you can maybe get a head start on it and soak a couple of sections at a time. Whatever you find works easiest for you, either way is just as effective. And here I'm using my Braid and Lock Moisturizing Mist as a detangler spray. You can purchase that on my website at braidandbutter.com. So now we've got everything detangled and taken down, and this is what you should have before you go over to the wash bowl. And please excuse my baby's ends. We're actually getting her prepped so that she can go get that taken care of. But yeah, please overlook that. And just to show you guys, this is the hair shed from this section of the takedown process. And just to be clear, this is not every person's measure of hair shed. Every person is going to be different. So I want you to understand that. But this is just to give you a general idea of how to effectively take down your protective style so that it's truly protective.